Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is the second video here today on a Friday, the 22nd of July, here on Rich Plays. So I've put time codes so you can click on different parts of the video. We're going to go over the just best plays, the best way to take on the new mode and get 2 crowns, or at least try to get 2 crowns. Now, we've broken down in this video every single of the qualified, grind through, lily leapers, slime climb, sky, everything we've gone through, and I think these are all the modes, but if there's some missed out, then some missed out. I'm going to go over some general practices, and the main thing that I want to say, my top tips for this is don't feel like you need to rush. Yes, there's going to be a timer when it's low on the amount of people to qualify or the length of time that the event, that particular game is going to go, but do try and keep calm and think about where you're jumping, where you're moving, and try not to get too close to people. People are a big problem in this game mode, which you're going to see. People are a problem indeed, because you see on screen right now, I jump for somewhere, get nudged by somebody, which sends me into the side and then gets me disqualified. This was my earlier attempts, but also watch out for people grabbing, because people do grab. Like this Knuckles here that decides, hey, what's a good idea? Let's knock out myself as well as somebody else, and leaving someone to get a very easy win, because people do be special. Yes, it's part of the game, but that is just so special to get yourself knocked out at the same time. You're not even a good grabber. But look, let's get right down to business. Lily Leapers is the first one, the first event to talk about. What's the best thing to this? Well, it's pretty easy. Getting up to this point is the easiest part of this, except for there, you know, make sure you do your bounces. I'm just going to showcase some mistakes here. So a bit of panic here by me. This was one of my very early kind of attempts, and I thought that would have been a grab, but it's not. You just got to time it right. A second bounce, just to be confident, is normally the best, which you're going to see it now. I've learned 1, 2, time it, go. Always on this one, go down one of the sides. Don't go the center. And jump and leap and dive for that second pad. Make sure you're hitting it flush. Like, do not rush this. Take your time. Go down the sides, get that qualification, just check around, just kind of go, okay. Check for your numbers as well, because the qualified numbers do go down, but at the same time, it does give you more of a kind of a slow down and chill time, because you don't have to worry too much if you know people drop out. Let people make mistakes. You focus on making the best push possible. On this particular one, on this ice map, I normally like to kind of go down. This is the new thing I like to do, go down. Normally I go through the middle, which I did differ in some of these, but this one I decided to go down, you know, one of the sides. And also, when I come to this point here with the boxing gloves, I now go to the side, especially because it's too much of a risk. Yes, reward on pace, but at the same time, it's better to be alive than, you know, dead. And normally let's go to the far end here. Get blown back a bit, that's fine, come through, take my time, wait for people to pass, just waiting for people. It seems to be clear now. Go, dive, and it launched me proper. So that's the best thing with that one. Again, take your time. Trying to get through there, I mistimed my dive, so I didn't get the kind of the full push. And then I'm kind of like trying to aim for the yellow, but instead, you know, it's a bit difficult to do, so I go down for green. Trying to go wide a little bit so it doesn't, like the kind of the tipper, it doesn't kind of, saucer doesn't kind of tip over, and just kind of like, this is the easiest part. There's no kind of risk to falling, so just kind of push through it at your own pace. But again, watch out for the qualification in the top as to like going to do this. Jump through the tubes. Easy. This is like an easy one. There's a second kind of like, not variant to this, but there's a second version of something that is kind of a bit annoying. There, you might miss out for the trapeze. Take your time on this section. Like slow. Nice and slow. Make sure that you're not being flipped around, and get down the pipe when there's not many people, so you don't kind of like fall on each other and therefore you get knocked out. Let's face it, that will happen. In this earlier stage, yes, you can get flipped around by the little kind of like swinging things, and it's like, do you want to be swung around? Nah, just take your time, just chill, go through it. Yeah, you can do it. It's not going to knock you out unless something really tragically happens that flows you up into the air. I'm more kind of like a safe but sorry kind of person. Better to be safe than sorry. That's how I play slime climb. I try and make sure I'm, you know, I'm through. Not the fastest, but I'm through. Sometimes I might want to push for jumping on top of hammers, jumping on top of other types of things, and therefore getting through. But it's always best to be safe than sorry. This is why I like to go, normally I go down the center and do some jumping, but there's too much risk. In this particular variant, there's those little kind of speed escalator things on the saucers, and you go round them once, round again, and into the section here. So timing's important, but also timing's important to make sure you make the jump. That's why I'm doing this several times. I'm going round and watching, pulling my camera around on my kind of my controller. So swinging the camera around just to see and get the qualification very easy. On this particular one, there is a little bit of, I think, like a bug. Like I go around there and then try to go around here, and then for some reason I slow down, and I don't know why. But I survive. I get hit by a hammer. Very lucky to survive that one. But I normally would like to, in this particular variant, go up, then drop down again, and that's because this section here. If you mess up this section, it's surefire you're out. So again, being careful. People are not helping out because they're just getting in the way, slowly coming through there, which you can do, and timing wise, going through there, get a little nudge there, and I think I get very lucky. But I don't tend to do that one. Wait for the fan to go, because there's a fan variant just there. Jump on top of the lily pad, jump on top of the frog, which you can do, jump on top of that one there, and I actually missed my timing here. No, I get hit by the fan, and I would have liked to have avoided that particular section and go underneath, so I don't know why I hung there. In any case, push through the rhinos, jump, leap, and get lucky there with being hit. I then kind of flip into there. I'm not in kind of the certain areas that I would like to be for this one, but look at the top right hand corner, plenty of space to qualify, 5 more spaces, wait for the frog to go low, and therefore I can just jump over the leap pads and get a position. Keep it slow, keep it precise, do the best you can in this particular environment. Now normally I would jump on that pad in front, which they're doing, but I decided I don't want to take the risk because they could get nudged off and it could be game over. Jumping on top of these logs, getting through. Again, this is all about just trying to get there and get there safely. Good timing, good jump, good leap, through there and through there. We jump up onto the escalators, travelators, whatever you want to call these particular things, and then we just kind of go through, jump, leap, and onto the beams. Go onto the beams, jump onto the center beam, taking our time, not looking to do the method, because here's the end of the thing. Don't do methods that you kind of think are high risk to high reward, because in this one, it's not about high risk, high reward. It's all about making sure you cleanly go through it. Like the flippers here, jump, leap, over it, jump, leap, and then you're over. There's 2 people here, and this is the variant where you push on the button, go through slime climb very easily. Roll on now, and roll on is a bit more of an easier one to talk about. To a degree, right? If you fall, yeah, it's game over. But it's timing. And timing in people are 2 things. Something I learned by doing this several times is that letting people pass and make loads of mistakes is the best thing, and waiting for the best platforms is another kind of good thing. You can really kind of look to see where there's platforms like this, where there's got 2 bars at the side of protection, 2 bars there for protection, lots of real estate and space there that you can go through. And again, same principle. There, loads of space, no problem. Got a bar to be safe, to keep you safe. I get very lucky there because I get hit by the hammer. But again, just looking at where the hammer is, looking for these spots where there's kind of bars to kind of like help you out. Again, same principle. There's a bar there, jump and leap and got it. And again, watching out. Hammer there. Good time to jump, leap, and grab that. Plenty of real estate, plenty of sections you're going to go through, and that was fine. So look out for those particular ones with roll off or roll on or whatever this one. I think it's roll on. You know, the best places to go. This grab, honestly, the grabbing is kind of annoying. I think that's going to go back to bite him in the butt, which you're going to see in a second with that. So that particular person that was grabbing me in a moment is going to be a focal point of how things go right and wrong. In this particular survival one here, it's all about jumping on top of stuff, which I try to kind of like get away from people. Getting away from people, that's the point we're coming at right now. Try to get away from people. People are annoying in this because we need people in order for this to be like a battle royale type thing, but at the same time we need to kind of get away from people so they don't scupper us. On this particular one, similar to slime climb, you want to not make risks. I like to come up to these hammers, get right to the very edge, jump, leap, dive, you know, all that stuff, and it gets me across. I got hit by one of those kind of things coming down, the beams coming down. Jump over there, straight onto those, keep going. Take your time. In this particular section, a lot of people will do the jump to the right and get on method. Slow and steady wins the race. This is the point here. Slow and steady survival. You know, you've got to survive. So a lot of times in this section I will jump and dive just to be safe that I'm going to be making it. But watch out for people that are going to grief you. This particular griefer right here, very, very annoying, and yeah, like you've got to watch out for people that are going to just try and like ruin your day. This isn't doing anybody any favors. Like if you are thinking about being that person to grab people, do bear in mind by doing this, you only ruin like yourself. A lot of people that end up doing this from these kind of lower rounds don't end up doing very well. They really don't, and it's very self-evident in a second because, and we've seen it, people grab and don't know what they're doing. And like I'm looking at here because I can see that person that's going to grab, like that he got, yeah, grab me there, and then I kind of go through them. I do it again in order to time it. When you're at the very end of that particular section, just jump, right, and you should get that. That's where I've made a mistake in the past. This guy just keeps grabbing me. It looks like the Vision from Marvel. In any case, that person that grabbed me a moment ago, and I mentioned in the previous round, he is now out because at the end of the day, it doesn't always pay. Seesaw is another really, like, Seesaw makes me laugh. If you get a good load of people to do Seesaw, then you should be fine. But sometimes you don't get it. When people are trying to learn about Seesaw is self-write it. I know in some cases people want to get the W, so therefore will try to kind of like play a sense of selfishness. But at the end of the day, when it comes to this, you don't need to play selfish. You really don't. So here's a good example. Like I've come down there, and I'm going to the far end right here in order to make the Seesaw higher. Now, I've helped out some people here. That one person with me, like, look, he's not helping. That person. There you go. These two people coming over to help, to self-write it, and some of the other people as well, that really helps. And that helped us get the elevation we required in order to get it through. So, that look what that did. And then all of us are able to get through, and all of us are able to qualify. So that's how that goes. In this particular mode, which I think this is this Pipe Dream or something like that? In any case, this is good. I like this one, but at the same time, there is a troll element right at the very end with the final trapeze. In a second, we're going to see when we get to the end, the final trapeze, which is slow. It's slow moving. Always look for things kind of going down, like there, when the seesaw automatically, not by weight, goes down. Look for it, wait for it, try not to make silly decisions. But also, when it comes to this section here, watch out. If this is the slow trapeze variant, and it is to duke you. So there, jump, leap, go into those pipes. Time it well, and you'll get in. And it's just as simple as that. So that's really what you've got to do with that one. You're going to see an example here. Here's what I'm talking about. That's the slowness. It's purposely slow, so you drop. So yeah, watch out for that. You will lose your grip. And then obviously, what you need to do is you need to get the win. How do you get wins? Well, that is, again, down to a lot of RNG, perseverance, and playing well. You might find some good players you go up against, and I would recommend with a lot of this is to just kind of take your time. Roll off is my favorite final. I love it the most because I just find it quite relaxing, and at the same time, I find the going over from side to side a lot easier. So not a lot of time I won't be jumping, but I will be very calculated in when I move across. By the way, I just cut that for time just to showcase somebody that was grabbing me, which is fun. So that particular hippo is very much a grabby little, well, I'm not going to swear, but you can see there, dressed in his Tom Nook and hippo kind of disguise. Yeah, that was kind of annoying to have like a lot of grabbing, and what I like to do with this is just going to suss people out in the early stages and let people kind of like reveal themselves to be grabbers, and I will keep my distance and then kind of like jump over a few people, get myself away, and we just flash forward to, and it's me versus the Tom Nook and the other people variant who make so many mistakes, which is great, and it's the final fight against me and the dragon, who I think is possibly going to grab me, but I don't. I'm also just very tight here, especially when it comes to the final ones. So I play close to the slime and get the W, of course. So that was that's how I got a win. That's my top tips for some of the different maps that you might see. Good luck in the grind, and I'll see you very soon.